or in a defensive posture or something. Well, basically, it's like Savior used to do. In these situations, he would split his forces and try to cause some sort of doubt into Terran's mind. Unfortunately, against a player like Flash, maybe if Zero did that, it wouldn't bother Flash at all. At least maybe cutting off reinforcements would work well. We have +1 attack for the mech finish here for Flash. He's got a second arm rebuilding, so it looks like he's transitioning hardcore to mech. Now, Zero actually is excellent against mech, what with his brilliant use of queens and all. However, Flash has set Zero back so much in this game, I'm not sure whether Zero can bring his anti-mech genius to bear here. Flash with more vultures, another brilliant harass. This time at least Zero has a few Mulus in position to intercept, so Flash is not going to be able to do too much damage. Still executing at least 3 or 4 drones. That is sort of the Flash S plays. He's putting down a 4th command center. It just seems this entire game Flash has been one step ahead of Zero. Zero not responding well at all. I feel Flash transitioning hardcore now to mech. He's lifted all his barracks. His variations are such that I think he's trying to throw everything at Zero and overwhelm him with sheer variety here, because Flash is a master of pretty much every form of Terran play. Now we have Flash coming, executing all of these lurkers. Critically, the lurkers managed to hold just barely. If Zero can take out that tank, he'll be fine until the fighters arrive, but I think Zero is going to be forced to pull back. He might even lose his 3rd base there. Flash took significant casualties in that attack, but again, I don't think he's going to mind. He's got his 3rd base set up. He knows he's significantly economically ahead. I think he knows he can afford to throw away troops at this point. The war of attrition is going to favor Flash. There are defilers out now for Zero. I just think it's a bit of a mistake for Zero to be sort of fighting Flash here head on. He needs to do something, some set up for flank attacks or send little sneak attacks around the map. But Zero is choosing to engage in head-on struggles, and I don't think this is going to work. Fortunately for Zero, he does have Swarm out, so he's able to push Flash back for now. Again, I think Flash is not going to mind. He knows now he's going to just buy time, or rather, Flash knows that time is on his side. He can build, he's got like 7 or 8 factories set up. He can build masses of tanks and vultures. He's got 4 expansions versus Zero's 3. Hopefully Zero's managed to re-drone up at all of his bases here. But 4 base Terran versus 3 base Zerg, that is suicidal. So, you know, Flash knows time is on his side. He just needs to wait for his economy to fully kick in, and then he's going to go for a direct frontal assault and finish this off. Fortunately for Zero, I think, Zero is excellent, again, at countering mech play with his use of not only queens, but also other spellcasting units. Well, really only queens and defilers are the spellcasting units for Zerg. So Zero is certainly capable. It's just, I fear he doesn't have the economy to compete. Zero's managed. More vultures coming. Just constant harasses by Flash, wiping out drones left and right. These vultures running amok, killing whatever they feel like, executing drones at will here. Actually, Zero managed to hold this off fairly well this time, losing only maybe 1 or 2 drones. The vultures, though, this sort of constant action by Flash, he's keeping Zero in his base, and he's spending this time building up forces. The tanks are the most critical component of the Terran mech army. That's what you use your Bruling for as a Zerg. The vultures and the Goliaths, just vultures and Goliaths by themselves, are very beatable. It's the tanks that really add the punch. And Flash now putting down all sorts of factories, too, it looks like, at the 5 o'clock position. He's going to go hardcore mech. Wow, he's already doing that, but I think he's going to go hardcore turtle mech. Or he has the option at this point, and Zero seems to be suiciding his Mulising. I'm not sure whether I would actually still suicide Mulus even to clear up side, because Mulus can absorb quite a few hits. Zero's facial expression there, maybe he didn't intend to do that, but I can't believe that that's not intentional move. Flash putting up yet another command center, going absolutely crazy with economy, sending more drones, rather sending more vultures to execute drones here again at the 9 o'clock base, and Zero, I think, is just falling apart this game. He's not able to keep up with Flash's insane multitasking here. And Flash is absolutely devastating raids. Zero economy is absolutely, I mean, his economy would be like, you know, depression, whereas Flash's economy is in the boom times. This is the 1999, the NASDAQ. This is what, I think it hit like 5,000, or at least 4,000. Regardless, Flash's economy is booming. Zero's economy is not doing well at all. Flash has all sorts of mechs. He set up a perimeter. I think he has the... And Zero, you can see he's falling apart. He's morphing extra drones, but he's rallying them into the middle of the map. This is such a shame to see that Zero is not playing at his maximal capability. And we see some white people there waving the camera. That's great. Zero coming for some drops, but Flash spotting this with a barracks. I think the drops are what Zero needed to do, you know, significantly earlier. Zero bringing assault force here, but he's going to be forced to back up against that many tanks. Flash might even be setting up to take an expansion at the 12 o'clock. Flash with all sorts of Goliaths. They're going to catch these overlords in transit, and he's going to have sufficient ground forces here to wipe out whatever is going to come. Fortunately for Zero, he has Defiler and Swarm, so he's going to save these lurkers, at least for now, and push back the mech army again for now. But I fear this didn't really do anything. It didn't do like any sort of economic damage, and Flash is just going to back up and siege up again. Surely Flash has amassed a dangerous number of tanks now. He has the option of either defending and just starving Zero out, or he can go for repeated attacks. It looks like Flash is electing to just go the turtle route and starve Zero out. I think Flash is going to send whatever forces he has to deal with Queens coming out for Zero here. Again, I just fear he won't have the ground troops to get this done. He does have excellent swarms thus far this game, using swarms very well to pick off tanks and forcing Flash back. I think if Zero's economy were not so devastated from the constant attacks, I think he would have much better luck at this point. With what he has, he's already doing significant damage against Flash, and Zero with so many queens. That's, I mean, I was expecting maybe like 7 or 8 queens. That's might be over a dozen queens there. So Zero really going crazy with the queens. Not sure whether that is wise. You need some ground forces to be able to deal with the Terran forces. Just spawn Bruling alone is not going to be enough. It looks like Zero not able to set up more bases. His attempt to put down his 4th base was thwarted there. His natural is almost out. His main is certainly mined out at this point. He's only working really off of his 3rd base, or he will be working off of his 3rd base, this 9 o'clock base, very soon. And things are looking dire here for Zero. Flash with 5, possibly 6 bases up, although admittedly only like 5 mining. Yeah, 5 mining bases against 1. It's impressive that Zero's managed to hold out as he has. Flash, however, is being very cautious. He's not really committing all his forces to any sort of attack. He's only sent like a fraction of his army here to attack the 9 o'clock base, it looks like. Just a few Goliaths and tanks. Zero attacking again in the middle. More swarms coming down for Zero, but yeah, under the swarm, it just doesn't look like Zero has enough to deal with this. He's finally brought in some more Lings to clean up some of these tanks. Now Zero with lots of queens. He's going to spawn Bruling all over these tanks, doing lots of damage. This is exactly what Zero needed to do. Actually, Flash brought in more forces than I thought. I thought it was only like 4 or 5 things. But Flash has a second absolutely massive tank army. However, Zero has the queens in position to do it. And with this brilliant move, has Zero just fought him his way back into the game. He wiped out at least 12, 15 tanks there with these absolutely brilliant spawn Bruling attacks. Absolute economy of force here. destroying, but Flash, just with so many news, he still has Medic Marines. GG here coming from Zero. Unfortunately, his economy just not able to match Flash's. Flash had like 3 armies there, and he could afford to lose 2 of them, and I bet he had like 2 more armies sitting in his bases. Set 2 goes to Flash. If Zero didn't lose so many drones, if his economy was better, I think he probably would have been in Zero looking despondent here. I think he knows that he's capable. It's just he doesn't seem to be bringing out the inner champion. And I will have to say, let's go to set 3 here.
빌드나 운영이 큰 의미가 없게 돼버리는, 그러니까 예측범위 밖에 있는 그런 플레이에 마구마구 힘을 다가 결국엔 지지를 선언하는